Yeah.
So, Shalom, Michelle Daneshrad, as I understand that you're attorney, yeah?
Yes.
First of all, just wanted that you can introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Michelle Daneshrad.
Yes.
I'm a certified family law specialist. I have my own practice in Woodland Hills, California.
Yeah.
I'm the founder of Family Divorce Solutions.
Wow.
We are a group of lawyers, mental health, and financial experts. We're 12 lawyers, 4 mental health, and 4 financial experts.
How many rabbis?
No rabbis.
So I'm the only one. That you do the same thing, we do the same thing as an organization.
Okay.
Or to dispute
okay,
resolution and divorcement.
Yes, yes, it's a way where the team work together with the clients. Okay. It's not adversarial.
I understand.
And it's, you know, they got married, they gave an oath. It's a partnership and a divorce as well.
Yes.
You don't have to break the vows to serve one another.
Okay.
You can still comply with that in the process of divorce by building agreements that serve both of them. They don't have to compete.
Prenuptial agreement, you mean?
It could be premarital agreement. It could be post-marital agreement.
Yes.
It could be divorce agreement.
I understand. So whenever that's I got used as a family therapist, educational consultant, as a rabbi, starting going to work with the husband's refusal, going to give a divorce, a Jewish one that they get. I was so upset and not optimistic working in this field for more than 20 years. That's why I decided going to go, first of all, not to the result of the marriage, that's divorce and so on. I got to pre-marriage counseling.
Yes.
Preparation for that.
Very good.
Seminars
Very good.
and so on.
What I
as
find,
a positive way of thinking.
Absolutely. Yes. So even with the pre-marriage,
yes,
what tends to happen, I find, people want to cut to the chase, get it done, get it over with. Whereas the process is where that makes a difference. What I mean is, it's all in relationship building. So they want to get married. Okay, what are your commitments? What are your goals? How are you going to problem solve together? How do you communicate together? Those are important. But they just want to get it done because it's kind of like a painful thing they want to avoid. Whereas if they address it with a team approach.
You mean after getting married?
Either wherever you are.
Pre-marriage counseling.
Wherever you are, it's important to plan.
Not only the wedding, not only planning the wedding.
Yes.
How many guests we're gonna have and how much expenses we have.
Yes, they're willing to spend hours on the wedding, which lasts one night over.
Without any pictures, maybe. Yeah.
But then, as far as spending the time to plan your marriage, it's a partnership. Yeah. It's a partnership agreement. I expect this. This is how you can support me. This is how can I support you. What are we going to do if we don't agree? And having the conversations and planning ahead of time rather than being unprepared.
Yes.
We spend a lot of studies and time maybe in getting a business or building a business, but
business plan.
Yes, but as far as a family and building a family,
that is also business. It's a marriage.
It's everything. It's everything. It's your health. It's
legal,
your children. It's your future. All of that. Yeah.
So part of most of the people living with each other before getting married, and we see the statistics that's more than 50% that we have divorcement, even that they got used to to living with each other for years. but matchmakers in the Jewish law, that without that keeping the purity, keeping their own heritage, without any living with each other, just two compatible matches, meaning from both sides of families, gonna bring them, even they have their own classmates from this side, from the son and the daughter, and they can be also matchmakers because they know their own family. They are living with each other as a neighbors, as a classmates, and so on. So going to be good matchmakers, because it's not just two persons getting married, it's two families,
yes,
two ideas, two
yes,
a spectrum of legal matters, health matters, and even business, financial matters. So it means that living with each other before they get married, it's not a guarantee for anything.
That's right. That's right. That's a great statistics-wise. I don't think, having lived with one another, I've heard that people, and I don't have a resource. I've heard people who are living together before they get married, there's more incidences of divorce. So it's because it's...
Why? In Israel also it's about more than 20 to 33%. So what's going on over here? And all those, let's say, those that are not so liberal, yes, and years and years, keeping observing the mitzvot and so on. They have their own families and large families, not even one or two.
I would say, based on my own experience, I've had families. You see, I think process is very important. What you're focused on is very important. People, there are two people. Again, what I'd like to, if I could sit down and really capture my thoughts about it. So I'm thinking out loud, right?
Okay.
Yeah. There is people live with a lot of how things occur for them during the relationship, right? The extent of communication is more of avoidance. Tolerating and avoiding, right? And there's a lot of it's natural and normal to experience being dominated, right? And there's a lot of interactions about avoiding domination, right? And there's this unity of marriage. What does that require? What does that look like? What are the conversations to have? Being I don't think that people are trained to develop, to work on the marriage. So people maybe, everything is evolving, everything changes.
Yes.
Right? So then how do you have them evolve together and have new relationships as they evolve? There is no planning, there is no structure for it. It's kind of like, let it fall as it may, Maximum they're gonna get divorced, as they say. So, if you don't work on something, it stops working.
If there's no any planning, if you say prenuptial agreement, also, I saw 38 pages of prenuptial agreement. If what's going to happen if that's she going to get pregnant and she going to one kid or two kids, what's going to be, financially it's very divided, or she going to have the same rights that she has right now as one that's as a spouse that living with each other. Second thing, it's whatever is happening, so with the prenuptial agreement, with all the financial preparation and so on, there's the ego over here, and super ego. That's not the domination of each side. I say, you say, I say, you say, and mostly educated people, they have mostly more problems than others that's keeping the heritage, and they are softly going through that, and kids, and so even there's no any wealth that they can the mortgage and so on. That's it, apartments. And
so if they here's one thing, that's why I'm talking about planning. So what are their goals? They're going to have children. What are their financial goals? To deal with reality, to plan for it, right? Rather than, because there's no planning. So there is,
getting married, you mean?
So what is,
it's
so
not nihilism.
Even
it's not nihilism. They're looking for meanings in the marriage. They're looking for a goal, getting married to be. It's not as it's a partner.
So, right. So it's really great to the relationship to marriage. So I would say if people are getting married with the expectation that the marriage satisfies their needs,
wow,
rather than the
values. So needs in comparison with the needs.
Whereas like what, or it's something that you constantly work on and evolve, you know, feed, nurture, build. They build together. Like what if the marriage is a relationship that you want to keep building? Because if you don't keep building,
it's emotionally enrichment,
it will diminish.
Accomplished it.
So it's
to the common goal.
Yes. So if the relationship was, it's interesting because, if we don't take care of our health deteriorates. Right. And some people take responsibility for it. They start eating healthy, they start exercising, they start taking care of themselves, right? It gets better, right?
Whenever that they have some like crisis, or they got to the doctor and say, you have to take care about your health. Whenever they say as a preparation, pre-marriage counseling, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, they want to avoid any crisis management going to be, they will keep it away, as you say.
Avoid it, yeah.
But whenever that there's a crisis, also there's a crisis management, planning. Avoid that's not going to happen.
Yes. Well, crisis will happen eventually because it has to do with growth. Anytime we grow, we're going to deal with some sort of crisis, no?
Identities and ego and the maturity getting married. Teenager is not the
crisis is part of life.
Falling in love is not the same as the teenagers or those that are educated, they're rationally getting married, not emotionally. That's
right.
Not hearts.
It's you got
brains and the mind and the education.
Well, that's it's kind of like the health I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
Yeah.